Hey, what's up guys, Benny here and welcome to my very first Black Ops 4 Blackout video. I've already put a sickening amount of time into this game, and I've also put like over 100 hours into PUBG over the past year, which is the closest game, so I've accumulated some of my best tips and tricks for you to help you get some wins on Blackout. So without any further ado, let's get into the video. So my first tip begins before you even boot up a game of Blackout, and this is going to give you a significant time advantage over players that don't have this enabled, as this is not a default setting. What you'll want to do is go into Blackout settings and change the Blackout item pickup to press instead of hold. What this means is that you now no longer have to hold X or square in order to pick up items, and instead just need to tap X or square, which massively speeds up the process and gives you an advantage in so many situations. At the start of a game, when there's that massive loot rush to get your hands on a weapon, if you run into a building at the same time as someone without this setting, and you're both trying to get the same gun, you're going to be the one that picks it up and gets a nice easy kill. You're also able to loot bodies faster, and those are just two of the big benefits, so make sure you turn this setting on. Next up, we have what I personally believe to be the biggest and most important tip of all, and that is to use and collect as much equipment as you possibly can. It's so easy to overlook how overpowered concussion and 9-bang grenades are, because let's be honest, in most situations in Call of Duty over the years, you would choose a perk or a weapon attachment over using a concussion grenade all day long, because odds are someone would be using a tactical mask perk to counter it, and that's just not the case in Blackout. So whenever you see a concussion or a 9-bang grenade on the floor, or whilst you're looting someone's body, please, for the sake of helping you to get more wins, pick them up. Now, the best way to use them is not to just blindly throw them and scream Kobe, as you would in multiplayer, but to just get close enough to the opponent where you can capitalize on it and guarantee yourself a kill. Though another thing to be aware of is make sure to wait for the 9-bang to finish before shooting the enemy, as you can quite easily stun yourself. But once again, make sure to use concussions and 9-bangs at every possible opportunity. Another big thing that's going to help make you more successful in Blackout is using the right perks at the right time, along with combining them with other perks to make them more effective than when you just use it by itself. You still have those classic combinations such as using awareness and dead silence together, so you're able to move around the map without being heard, but also being able to hear the faintest of sounds and movements, which especially towards the end of a game is going to make all the difference. Or if you're trying to get a lot of kills, this will allow you to rush around a lot more and make those calculated risks that is going to allow you to get those 10+ kill games on a more regular basis. Though sometimes perks just aren't worth it. If you find looter at the start of a match, great, use it straight away, but from mid to end game, it's just a waste of an all-important inventory slot, so just leave it on the floor. Also, don't overlook using Scopa. It's an amazing perk, especially when you combine it with dead silence or awareness, as you can move so quickly while crouching and just not make a single noise. So make sure to combine your perks, save them for when you know there's a good chance that you're going to get into a firefight, and you'll do so much better. Another thing that you're going to want to make sure you're thinking about is how the two weapons you pick up complement each other. You're not going to want to have two ARs even if one uses 5.56 and the other uses 7.62, because you're just going to end up using one of them most of the time unless you run out of ammo and are forced to switch, which I found so far doesn't really happen too often, especially in duos and squads where your teammates can drop you some extra ammo. Now, what I've found works best for me is to have an assault rifle like the ICR and then a sniper. I've tended to stick away from using shotguns and SMGs because they just don't feel that strong in Blackout and are very situational for a game mode like Blackout. So I only really use those weapons at the start of a round if that's the only thing I can find. And snipers are hands down one of the best and most satisfying weapons to have, because you can take down an enemy in one shot or break their armor, but as soon as the action gets a little bit closer, swap to an assault rifle, and it makes you, as a player, super flexible to any situation you'll come across. So make sure to have two completely different types of weapons that complement each other, and if you're in a duo or squad, one of you have a rocket launcher, one of you have a sniper, and then you'll be prepared for any situation that you'll come across in Blackout. This next tip is one that you'll be using every single game from now on, because I still see a lot of players staying in the plane at the start of the game and wondering why they never manage to land first like they do in Fortnite and PUBG. So as soon as you've decided where you want to land, jump out of the plane straight away, point straight down towards the ground till you hit around 70 meters a second, and then pull up. This way you'll end up gliding across the map at 67 meters a second while also getting closer to the ground. Once you get the knack of it, you'll be able to be one of the first players on the ground every single time. And in a Battle Royale, that can make all the difference, because you can get a gun before anyone else, allowing you to pick up some nice and easy kills, which, let's be honest, is all you want. Now in Blackout, there is nothing worse than when you've managed to take on a whole wave of enemies. You're picking up kills left, right and center. You're on top of the world and think there's no way in hell that you're not going to be picking up the win. But then you make a stupid mistake. You chase a kill because you've broken his armor. You don't use your huge stack of concussion grenades to just guarantee the kill because he's weak. Now, I know this because it's something I'm guilty of. It's so easy to overstretch yourself and not approach a situation how you should because you get caught up in the moment. So honestly, one of the biggest tips that I can give you in Blackout is never get overconfident. Always use cover, always use your equipment and perks. Don't kill chase, because though you may pull it off 9 times out of 10, there's always going to be that one time you overstretch yourself and get killed when you really didn't need to, which can be super frustrating and stop you getting those wins on a regular basis. Another thing you can do to help massively improve at Call of Duty Blackout is to choose and learn 3 named map locations like the back of your hand. If you're going to get to the point where you land in firing range, for example, and you learn it like you would any multiplayer map you've ever played in Call of Duty, where are the best places to loot? Where are the enemies likely to be? What's my escape route? Where can I go to make it the least likely for me to be shot? You will notice yourself picking up a lot more kills and being able to survive a lot more often. And the best way to do all of that is to choose 3 of your favorite locations. Like mine are firing range and raid for solos and duos, but in squads I love to go turbine. And now I always feel confident when I go to land in any of those 3 locations that I'll be able to leave with some good gear and with a few kills. It also helps with you getting to know the best way to move through the entire map to different circles, because you get to know the lay of the land, where are the good viewpoints, good bits of cover, and things like vehicle spawns, which are all going to help you do better and better in Blackout. Over the past year, one thing that I've learned is that in Battle Royales, sound is king. You need to be using a headset if possible. Even if it's just a pair of earphones plugged into your controller, it will single-handedly be the biggest possible improvement to your gameplay. It'll allow you to be able to clearly identify enemy footsteps, gunshots, windows being broken, even someone reloading their gun, which in a map as large as Blackout, every single sound and how you react to them is going to be key to success. The 3 main sounds you'll have to react to are gunshots, footsteps, and vehicles. Gunshots will give you the direction of enemy gunfights. This will help you find multiple enemies caught up in a gunfight most of the time. So depending on your playstyle, you can head on over and try pick up some extra kills and get the jump on them, or head in the opposite direction if you're trying to avoid gunfights. Footsteps you're going to hear all the time, especially if you're using dead silence and awareness. but they will be key to listen to in order to win those close quarter 1v1s, or when you're making the jump on an opponent, and then vehicle sounds are just the loudest sounds that you're going to hear in the entire game, and to be honest, you're just not going to miss them. So make sure to use a headset and you'll improve straight away. And my final tip is to just practice, practice, practice. The more you play, the more consistent you'll become. With improved map and weapon knowledge, your aim will improve, your ability to play the circle will get better, you'll start looting quicker, you'll get to know where vehicles spawn, and you'll most importantly of all, learn to be patient and play at the pace you need to do in order to be successful at a Battle Royale. So put in the hours, get practicing, and you'll have an amazing time on Call of Duty Black Ops 4 Blackout, which I think is hands down one of my favorite Battle Royales that I've ever played so far, and I'm so excited to see what Treyarch does to the mode throughout the year. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I've always been a huge fan of the Black Ops series, so I'm going to be making a lot more regular content again, so let me know down in the comments any tips you've got for Blackout, and also what content you would like to see for Black Ops 4 on this channel, which I'll be doing alongside the content I make for the official Xbox YouTube channel, Xbox On. This is a chance for you to shape what I do here on the channel, so if you're new, do make sure to subscribe, smash that thumbs up button, and I'll see you next time. Bye!